Today I'm gonna do Preachers of L.A. episode 4. I think it's 4. We'll see. Anyway, it starts off with Dietrich. He's picking up his daughter from her grandmother Faye from the park. So he tells Faye like, "Oh, I have good news, yada yada yada." So she like, "What's the good news?" So his good news is that he bought a house for him, Dominique, and the baby. She like, "Oh Lord," and that's the same thing I said because I'm like, okay, whatever. You want to buy a house, but to me, his buying a house and stuff and rushing the shit along is for the wrong reasons. Like, I'm like, well, we'll get into that. So, she like, yes, but after the marriage, right? And he's like, yes, of course, because I know y'all don't believe in shacking up. And she was like, no, we don't. So, he was telling her how it's a 6-bedroom, 7-bath, and it's enough room for her. She like, hell to the no. Well, she didn't say hell to the no, but she like, no. And I'm like, why do you need all that room? Even if you're going to have an extra guest room, and it's only you, Dominique, and the baby, I don't get it why people be needing so many goddamn bedrooms. I don't get it. But anyway, Pastor Ron and his at home with his wife Yvette, and his mother and his sister Terry is on their way because they want to go help his sister Sean. He got a phone call about, I guess, from his brother or somebody to go get Sean. She's a heroin addict. She lives in Compton and she lives in a dangerous neighborhood. So the family is coming to his house to try to come up with a plan to get her up out of the house. So his mother and his sister comes over there. They hash up a plan for him to talk to somebody to get, and then they go get the women to go get her out the house or whatever. And he was telling them like, I'm gonna take God with me, but if that don't work, I'm gonna take the law with me. So basically, he was saying he was gonna take his gun with him because y'all know how thuggish he wants to be. So he was like, I'm not used to taking women with me to go to the hood or whatever when I gotta go do things. So he was kind of really scared on that. His mom prayed about the situation, and that was the end of that. Then we have Bishop McClendon. He is talking to Farnsworth Bentley and his wife, and they have a 5-week-old baby girl. I ain't gonna even lie. I thought Farnsworth Bentley was gay, so I'm just saying. Then they come out dressed alike, and I was like, see, this is why I thought both of you motherfuckers was gay, because them tight ass pants I can't get with. I can't get with a man with some tight ass pants on, and they with some colorful red pants. I can't get with that shit. But anyway, they sit there and they're talking about, fatherhood, Farnsworth being a new father and having to deal with that and how to, schedule him being gone and coming back with the baby and all that kind of stuff. Then Farnsworth asked him how was he doing, so because apparently he heard some shit. So he was telling him that about the person that wanted to kill him or something, that he's been getting death threats. And how he had to beef up his security or whatever. So that was it with that. Dominique and Dietrich, he go show her the new house. He like surprised her and show her the new house. She was happy about it. Then they talked about rushing the wedding or whatever. He wants to rush and get married. So he wants to go elope with just, her mom, the preacher or whatever. And that's it. So she kind of skeptical because she was like, I don't want it, to deal with the backlash of how they dealt with the backlash with the baby or whatever. So they, she down with it. They cool with it. They gonna do it, whatever. But they gotta tell his mom, her mom, because Mom Faye don't play that shit. So they gonna do it secretly, and then they gonna also have the big wedding a month later. That's my problem. Why is it such a rush when the wedding is only a fucking month later? Like, to me, that's just like, I just feel like Dietrich is trying to hurry up and have sex with this girl, and this is the only way that he can constantly have sex with her and her being in the house is if he hurry up and marry her. And I don't think that's a good reason to hurry up and get married, is because you want to sleep with her. You can't wait 4 weeks for you guys to move in together. That's what I didn't get, but maybe they needed a storyline, whatever. Bishop McClendon, he's at his church, having a meeting with the security. He wants to know how did the man get passed in the back, and I'm sitting there like, maybe do you guys pat people down at y'all church? I mean, I didn't get it. Because I didn't get why how he was going off on security and then he was talking about they were in the back and all this kind of stuff. And I just be like, what kind of church is this? Because at our church, we can walk around freely. I don't give a damn if it's in the kitchen or it's in the hallway. We walk around freely. Now, we don't just go into the pastor's office without knocking. That's probably the only room you go into without that you have to knock on or whatever. So, my thing was, okay, what do they do at the church? Do y'all have a metal detector? Do y'all have some pat downs? Because I'm like, anybody probably would have been able to get in that church with a gun. Because he was trying to figure, he was talking about the man had a gun, and I'm sitting there like, and he wanted to know how did he get in the back. But I'm sitting there like, he got in the back because this is a church. That's how he got in the back. Because I don't believe churches have metal detectors. So if Bishop McClendon have a metal detector or some shit you got to go through security to get in church, please let me know. Because that's some, I just didn't get it. Pastor Ron and his family, they go to Compton to go help Sean. When Sean sees them pulling up, she was about to hurry up and turn the fuck around and hurry up and go in the house. But he like, where you going? And so she couldn't run or whatever. So he was telling her how he's there to, help her and pray for her. She started talking about how her stomach hurt and how the drugs was making her stomach hurt. And you could tell she was like really nervous and she was really scared. She didn't want the cameras to be on her. But he was like, don't trip off the camera. This is not about that. This is about helping you. And I really like that about Pastor Ron, how he really didn't give a damn. And he really went to go help his sister. That was like a really good look. They end up going to Roscoe's on Manchester in Maine. Good food. So if you're ever in L.A., make sure you go to Roscoe's and Chicken and Waffles on Manchester in Maine. I'm telling y'all, they got some good ass food. So they go there. As they sitting down talking to, you could tell she didn't really want to be there. She was calling people on the phone, letting them know where she was, all that kind of stuff. So they get there, and he was just telling her, like, it's time to put the dope down. As he talking to her, some dude walk up. I guess he was the dope dealer. He comes up and walks up, talking about, oh, I was just showing you that I was here, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? So even Pastor Ron was just like, man, you need to step. Pastor Ron was about to get street with his ass. Like, look, if he don't bounce, I'm gonna bounce his ass. Because he was just like, it's time for this fool to go. I'm trying to help my sister out. I ain't got time for all these distractions. Because that's what it is. If she would have saw him, she would have said she had to go to the bathroom or something and got away and got with that dope dealer. I know from experience. I have family members that's drug addicts, and I know how they are when they trying to go get that next hit, or they, don't really want the help right now. And she was like basically telling him like, I'm an active addict. Like he was trying to tell her to get her life together, get herself together with God, and she was just trying to basically tell him like, how you telling me to do this and I'm still a drug user? But like he was telling her, like, this can be your story of redemption. This can be you was at the dope house, your brother when it got you, and you changed your life around right there. So that's what he was kind of basically telling her. And I got that with him. He was kind of irritated or whatever, but whatever. So he told her that he has this rehab paid for her. So if she want to go, it's paid for. She like, yeah, she wants to. She wants to help, but when you that kind of a drug addict, it's hard to just let it go. Just like cold turkey, let it go. Because it probably, even when he was talking to her, she probably was thinking about like, she's going to go around the corner and give me a hit. You never know, especially with drug addicts. They think. So we just gonna pray for Sean. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna pray for Sean and her help. But anyway, Dietrich and he has to close this door. His brother comes. I'm sorry, I keep looking. I just keep thinking. Sorry, don't mind me. But anyway, he had to close this door. His brother comes or whatever, and they looking at suits and they talking about the wedding or whatever. He's still complaining about them not living together. He tells his brother about the eloping situation, and his brother's like, "What is daddy? Is daddy approve of this shit?" Like, because apparently he got in trouble from his parents from the shit that he went through with Dominique and the divorce with the other lady and all that kind of stuff. So whatever. So he really don't want to hear his family's criticism or judgments or anything like that. So that's why he wants to help him get married. Pastor Ron, he takes Sean to rehab. She's irritated, but she go through with it. Because shit, they took her from the Roscoe's to the rehab, and I was just like, you guys didn't even give her time to breathe. So I don't think it's gonna work. Me personally, I don't think it's gonna work because she wasn't ready to go, and I don't think rehab doesn't work for people that's not ready to go in there. She might gonna be clean for 30 days and then be right back in Compton as soon as she get back home, because I feel like unless she was tired and ready, it's not gonna work. Bishop McClendon talks to his kids about the danger that's going on. He's telling them not to be worried, but he just wanted to inform them. Okay, whatever. Dominique and Dietrich shows Faye the new house, and then she liking it, and then they tell her about the eloping. She is like, what the fuck? But it's a month away, so what's the problem? So, she like, where y'all gonna get married at? He like, your house. She like, what? So Dominique hurried up and saw that. So Dominique was like, he's not telling you, he's asking you, because y'all know Mama Faye don't play that shit. Mama Faye will tell you like it is, and I don't really see her and Dietrich really having a really good relationship through the years. And I'm going to say that because Dietrich played too damn much. Dietrich is, I understand y'all been together 2 years, but it's just something about Dietrich seemed like it rubs Faye the wrong way. It really do. It seemed like she's trying to be happy for her daughter, but she's not really too big on this whole hurrying up bullshit. So, anyway, she give him her blessing, saying they can have it at her house. She's not going to stop it, whatever. She asked about his parents, but he was like, his parents, he don't want to tell his parents because his parents ain't going to come to the wedding, the big wedding that he gives Dominique. If he tells them, they're going to get pissed off, they ain't going to come to shit. So then they show Pastor Ron at church. He arrived in that damn car, and I was sitting there like, this is why people talk about pastors in these damn cars. He rode that fancy ass car, but I wasn't mad at him. Hey, it's yours. You pay for it. Whatever. So he preaches about his sister's story. The church was going off. I was over here like, yes. I'm telling you, this man, if you ever in California and you in the Riverside Inland Empire area, or you could be in L.A. and then just drive a little 45 minutes to his church. I'm just saying. He can preach. This man, I would recommend people to go to his church. This man can preach. This man can make you feel it. Because even through the TV, for the 2 minutes that he was preaching, I was feeling it. I'm not going to even lie, because you understand the story. If you got family members that's crackheads or alcoholics or just going through some shit, period, in the streets, you know how it is. So the preaching was on point. His mom was there. You know, she just want her kids to be out the streets, in the church, and to see his mom there and still living and seeing her kids turn their life around, that was a good thing. Dietrich, at the end, Dietrich and Dominique got married in Faye's backyard, bullshit ass shit, because he didn't have no ring. They used some yarn. I'm sitting there like, you couldn't go get her some kind of cheap ass ring just until the wedding. Like, you knew you was coming to go get married to this girl, so why you couldn't go get a ring for her? Then they had this guy named Nissan. I don't know why I've seen this dude somewhere. I don't know if I've seen him at church before, but I've seen this dude somewhere. And he married them or whatever. They were so hood, because after they got married, they was like, turn up, turn up. I'm sitting there like, really? Really? But, y'all know what that wedding reminded me of? That wedding reminded me of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when Will was trying to get that girl to sleep with him because I think she was a virgin, and they used Jazzy Jeff to be the preacher. That's what that shit reminded me of. But hey, they got married. Congratulations to Dietrich and Dominique Haddon for getting married. They gonna have their big wedding whenever, whatever. So anyway, that was my review for Preachers of L.A. Like I said, it wasn't too much into this episode. We didn't get to see Pastor Cheney. We didn't get to see Bishop Noel Jones. So, them were the three that we did see, and that's what we're going to... Oh, and we didn't get to see, really, Pastor J. So, Tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I do everything by the Ghetto View, THA, not THE. So please follow me, talk to me, I'll talk to you back. Once again, like I said, follow my girl Ashley Miller 1987. I send my prayers and condolences to Ashley. Her uncle passed away yesterday. So my prayers and thoughts are with her and her family. Also check out Mike B 801. He also do Preachers of L.A. So check out his videos and reviews and he'll talk to you back. Alright, peace.